I have been completely delighted with the electric experience. It's really quite seamless. There's a few things you learn as you adapt to the new vehicle. Hi, I'm Gail Walker, and I'm a marketing consultant and part-time instructor at Schulich. I don't buy a new vehicle very often. It's once every 10 years or so for me. I drive them to the end of their life. I have a Chevrolet Bolt EV, Bolt with a B. One of the worst marketing stories I've ever seen of having a Volt and a Bolt from the same company. The Bolt has a long range. In the summer, I get an honest 330, and in the winter, it's dropping to about 270. I have a charger here at home and a charger at the country house, so I'm always comfortable that at night I can charge. It cost me about $11 to go 1,000 kilometers. 1/10 of what it was costing me with my last ICE engine. It needed to be narrow enough to fit down my city driveway, and I wanted a 4-door hatchback because I'm a gardener and haul things around, so I needed the capacity. I have no oil change. My maintenance costs will be much lower. Brakes will last 300,000 kilometers. Well, it's nothing you're going to recognize. I know for sure this is the 12-volt battery. There's various cooling systems for the different computer modules. Everything that's orange is a warning for the emergency responders that there could be high voltage electricity flowing, and of course we have a filler cap for our windshield washer fluid. I've had a lot of driver training in my past. I raced in the Solo 1 series, which I now think is called Time Attack, and it's basically like time trials, where you are on the track, you're on the track by yourself, so there's no danger of running into another car. But there's also no excuse for why didn't you go as fast as possible. It's very responsive. It has just as much power as my old WRX had. When you put your foot down, it goes. There's no gears being shifted, so you just have immediate power right at your toes. First got the car, I found that I was stopping too early and I had to drive to the stop sign, as we say. I will come to a complete stop here. Foot has not touched the brake.
Was it hard to get used to the quietness of the car?
I have to be careful that I don't sneak up on pedestrians, because you walk down the street and you hear a car coming. Before you step off, you pause. You don't hear a car, you will step off. And so my responsibility is to make sure that I look out for the pedestrians. Car tries to train you to be a better driver, a more efficient driver. So if you look at the dial in front of me with the white circle, around the white circle is a green bar. And if I was to accelerate and hit 115, that would turn to yellow, and it would be telling me that I am not being efficient. It's also giving me how many kilowatts am I using at this very minute. So as I put my foot on the accelerator, I'm up to 27. As I cruise, it drops, and then as I lift it and regen kicks in, it drops further. So it's constantly telling me how much electricity I'm using, and it's a little bit of a coach to get you to drive more efficiently. I do feel optimistic about the future. I think that there's a lot of new industries that are emerging. Some of them we don't understand yet. Think back 10 years ago, we thought phones were for making phone calls. The buggy whip industry went away when ICE cars came along. When I went to China 10 years ago, you never saw a clear day because of the pollution that was there, and very, very few of the Chinese had their own personal cars at that point. As the middle class there has emerged, car ownership has blossomed, and they can't afford to have that many internal combustion engines running around. We're seeing them make the huge commitment that they're going to have EVs on the road, and with their system, when they decree it to be so, it will be so. So you will see ICE cars disappear from China faster than North America. I think it's the way we should all go. We should look at getting rid of the emissions, the whole getting oil out of the ground, getting it across the country safely, whether pipelines or on trains is an issue, and I'm not part of that game anymore. I'm stepping aside and doing my bit. Typically, I drive around 23 to 25,000 kilometers a year. So far, I've had this 6 months and I've done 15,000.